Gather round and let's dim the lights. Tonight, we're going to drift off to the story of a fallen giant, a kingdom of toys that once seemed magical and endless. This is the story of Toys R Us, the toy giant that forgot to grow up. Our story begins not in a grand castle, but in a humble baby furniture store in 1948. A visionary named Charles Lazarus noticed something fascinating. Parents would buy furniture once, but they kept coming back for toys. Again and again, a light bulb went off. Lazarus realized that, unlike a crib, a toy's joy was fleeting, creating a constant demand. This simple observation was the seed of a future empire. Our first lesson of the evening: pay attention to what your customers really want, not just what you think they need. Sometimes the smallest, most repeatable sale is the most powerful. Lazarus pivoted. He opened the first dedicated toy supermarket in 1957, calling it Toys R Us. The borders backward to look like a child wrote it. It was a wonderland. Aisles stacked to the ceiling with every toy a child could dream of. It was a category killer, a store so vast and specialized that no one else could compete. Remember Jeffrey the giraffe? He was our guide into this magical world. For decades, Toys R Us was not just a store. It was a destination, a core childhood memory for millions. The business lesson here is the power of specialization. By becoming the absolute best at one thing, they dominated the market. They created an experience, not just a transaction. The 80s and early 90s were the golden age. The company expanded globally. Its jingle, "I don't want to grow up, I'm a Toys R Us kid," echoing in living rooms everywhere. They were the undisputed king of toy retail. They had immense buying power, dictating terms to toy makers like Hasbro and Mattel. If you wanted your toy to be a hit, it had to be on the shelves of Toys R Us. This teaches us about leverage. When you build a strong market position, you gain the power to shape your industry. But with great power, as we'll see, comes great responsibility. But as the 90s rolled on, storm clouds began to gather. New challengers appeared on the horizon. Big box stores like Walmart and Target. They didn't have the same magical variety, but they had something else: low prices. They used toys as loss leaders, selling them cheaply to attract parents who would then fill their carts with groceries, clothes, and everything else. Toys R Us, with its entire business model built on toys, couldn't compete on price alone. Herein lies a critical warning. Never underestimate your competition, especially those with a different business model. Your greatest strength can become a vulnerability if the market shifts. Then came a new force, a digital tidal wave called the internet. In the year 2000, toys faced a choice: build their own online store or partner with someone who already knew the game. They chose to partner, signing a 10-year exclusive deal with a burgeoning online bookseller named Amazon. Toys R Us would handle the toys and inventory, and Amazon would handle the website and fulfillment. It seemed like a brilliant move, outsourcing their weakness. But this decision became a fatal flaw. Toys R Us essentially handed the keys to its online kingdom to its future biggest competitor. They gave Amazon a decade's worth of invaluable data on what toys sold, when they sold, and who was buying them. Amazon learned the toy business from the master, all while building its own brand as the go-to place for everything online. By the time the deal soured and ended, it was too late. Amazon had become the new category killer, and Toys R Us was just another seller on its platform. The lesson is a stark one: always own your customer relationship and your data. Never outsource your core business to a potential rival. It's like letting a fox guard the henhouse. The years that followed were a slow, painful decline. The magic had faded. The store's once vibrant wonderlands began to feel dated, cluttered, and expensive. Children were also changing. The rise of video games, smartphones, and tablets meant that a simple action figure no longer held the same appeal. The world of play was evolving, but Toys R Us was stuck in the past. They failed to innovate the in-store experience and were too slow to embrace the digital world they had once outsourced. A poignant reminder for any business: you must evolve with your customer. The moment you stop innovating is the moment you start to fade away. Private equity firms bought the company, loading it with billions in debt. This financial burden was the final anchor that dragged the giant down. They had no money left to invest in renovating stores or building a modern e-commerce platform. They were trapped, forced to run on fumes while the world sped past them. It's a somber lesson on the dangers of debt. Financial engineering can't save a business that has lost its connection with its customers. In 2017, the unthinkable happened. Toys R Us filed for bankruptcy in the United States, and the following year, the last stores closed their doors. Jeffrey the giraffe packed his bags. An era was over. The kingdom of toys had crumbled, leaving behind a legacy of happy memories and harsh business lessons. The story of Toys R Us isn't just about failure. It's a powerful fable for the modern age. It teaches us to respect our customers, to innovate relentlessly, to be wary of shortcuts, to own our future, and to never, ever stop paying attention to the changing world around us. Even a giant can fall if it forgets to look up and see the sky is changing. The magic they created lives on in our memories, but the lessons from their downfall are the real treasure they left behind. Thank you for joining me on this journey tonight. I hope this story gives you something to dream about. If you enjoyed this, please consider liking and subscribing for more stories to help you unwind. Sweet dreams from us at Bedtime Business Stories. Good night.